storied venues in college football. Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Notre Dame coming off a 10-win season, but there was a sour taste in their mouth after they were left out of the college football playoff. Marcus Freeman has so many great recruits loaded with talent. He knows this team is going to have a huge chip on their shoulder as they try to get back into the college football playoff this season. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Aggies offense will have the opening possession of the game. And here comes Marcel Reed. He could not miss last time out. Completed better than 80% of his passes, more than 200 yards, leading his squad to a W. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Deafening noise. Reed trying to cut through it. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Reed rushes on him. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Really good job there on the pitch and catch. You think about Texas A&M and their ability to recruit receivers in recent years. It's been about as good as anybody, I thought. You think about names like...
He hurls one deep down the left side. Hauls in the deep ball. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Aggies. Rolled his way into the end zone.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
So Notre Dame's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO'd. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but I've got to take his main threat away. Obviously a superstar out wide. Like, I've got to make somebody else beat me. Obviously a great QB wide receiver duo. I'm just not letting that wide receiver get me today.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Powers through the defender. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals. He's loose. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Williams. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll run it again. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4. 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, I love that play by the defense. They're hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is
caught, and he's got room. Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, Irish! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Looking for the time with the extra point.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Now here's Reed. Fires to the big fella. Gain of 9 on that one. 3rd down and short. He needs a yard. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, fighting a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. The screen, and watch out. Across the 45. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations. I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He's got it again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
In the gun, 3rd down, Reed. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. That last howitzer was nice. How about another one just like it? High and away, headed toward the sideline, just the way he drew it up. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. Suddenly, after that last big play, they're on the move. 1st and 10 from the 44. Carr. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. The accuracy is perfect, the loft, the aim, like the perfect golf shot. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Out of bounds at the 22, and just like that, they're out of trouble. And under the watchful eye of touchdown Jesus, the Irish are starting to roll on the ground.
Starting to get that big physical ground game going. And one thing you know about Notre Dame traditionally over the years, offensive line play is always great. They're always making holes, and they're always playing super physical.
There's some room. Got enough for the 1st. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Motion from the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. And some room to work. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 1st downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Got room to work. What a run. Gets it inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 36. That offensive line is putting those golden domes on the defense and starting to move the ball on the ground.
And we can go back so many years, and the coaches may change, but the brand of Notre Dame is what it is. They're going to be physical. They're going to run the football. That's who they are, and that's how they're built.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Throwing, Carr. Got his man. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. Notre Dame comes to the line that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. Brought down after a nice gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Play action with Reed. Picked off. What a play to set him up. No good place for a turnover, but this one is particularly bad, and they've got it at the 20-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. Firing to the right, complete. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Here's Carr to throw. Finds us back in the middle. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Texas A&M will use its second timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Now the Aggies will use their last timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and he's in! Touchdown! Fighting Irish!
Man, this offense has started the season.
Second down coming up. Here's Reed to throw. Complete. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. New set of downs after the completion. Motion from the wide receiver. Dropping back, it's Reed. Caught. On the move at the 30. Oh, a lot of space. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Aggie. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. He's open on the right. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the 1st down at the 41. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. They'll send the back in motion. Running into the open. Got a little grass. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Finds a crease at the 20. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. And the rush will get to him at the 25. The Irish use their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. A shot toward the end zone. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. He completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
From the gun on 3rd down, Carr throws toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Field goal is good, and that will extend the Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They start this 3rd quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
The option look. Crosses the 45. Could be an alley. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. He might want another play. Goes to the option. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, and this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Quick completion on the out. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it.
And the defense, Abe, got him at the 27.
And this defense just continues to dominate the football game. This score is lopsided. It's not looking good. But I know one thing. If you can't protect that guy, there's no chance for you to win this game or the future games.
And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Now on the option. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Gets the back moving. On the ground, it's Mobley. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
He's got him. There he goes. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion.
Ready, go!
He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Just going to keep it after the snap. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You know, they went QB designed run, but there just was nowhere for the quarterback to go. It couldn't go outside, and there was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to get anything positive. They lose him.
Finds his tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. The run inside. It's Williams. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back.
Got enough space. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful, move the ball, and most importantly, that clock can tick. But the physical ground game late in the game, that's how you finish opponents off.
They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Irish! And the punishment has been extended.
After that amazing performance in week 1, this offense wasn't content. They felt like they left some plays out on the field, even though they were able to get that win. I feel like they've taken another step. They've raised their intensity level. They've raised their
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. How good have they been the last couple of drives? Took a close game, turned it into a blowout, and they have the... Finding some room. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They'll run the option. Oh, better look out. Oh, he's got some space. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. On first and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Carr, pocket breaking down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Can the D deny them on second and goal? To the air, it's Carr. He makes the grab. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the beatdown has... Here come the Irish, back on offense. After their defense slammed the door shut, now the finishing touches can be put on this one. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. On the option. And he's swallowed up immediately. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on 3rd down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen,
now wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. 4th down, Carr. Throws to the tight end. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way. Sends it back in motion. He's it open. Maybe some room here. Past the 20. Past the 10. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And with that throw, man, you've got to look at this 2-game run for this team. Like, to be able to do it in back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents, guys that you know, that this is going to be a resume builder. A confidence builder.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Using his legs, it's Owens. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Timeout called by the defense. 23 seconds left on the clock.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Running inside. It's Owens. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining.
The coaching staff defensively, they harp on this unit to be more physical, to fly to the football and gang tackle. You're seeing all of that in this game. That's why they're one of the best run defenses in the nation.
He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Finds a little space, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. After this, it'll be a wrap. Running to Green. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Here comes the option. And the final play is just a short gain, and we're at the end of the game. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it.